Hey, what's up y'all, Vincent here. So it's been a minute since I made a video on this channel. I've been thinking a lot about tangents that I could take in regards to videos that I could do, and well, I actually thought of one. So when you think of male self-improvement, a lot of us subconsciously set the goal of being the person we needed when we were younger. I'm the oldest of 3 children, so I had to set the precedent for my siblings growing up. But deep down, I felt like I would have greatly benefited from having an older sibling that would have been there to guide me through a lot of the hardships that I had to go through on my own. My parents were immigrants from China, so they spent their lives maintaining the household rather than educating us on how to develop as people in a modern society. Everything that I learned regarding self-improvement was done on my own. My dad didn't help me with any of it. So while I'm doing a lot better now, I had to face a lot of personal hardships to get to this point. That's why I'm starting this series of talking about how I went from lad to Chad. If I had the chance to go back in time to be that big brother that I needed back then, first of all, I'd beat the shit out of myself just out of personal spite. But after that, it'll all be about expediting the process of growing up as a man. I'm sure many of you out there will find things that I have to say very useful, or at least you'll be entertained by it. So, without further ado, let me tell you how to go from lad to Chad. First, let me establish who I was back then before I start bettering myself. My personal avatar back in days was a gaming and somewhat athletic, scrawny Asian kid. Personality-wise, I was very quirky. I kept to myself, and I mainly befriended guys that were like me at school. I didn't know how to talk to girls at school at all. I would just make like some stupid jokes with some female classmates every now and then. Physically, I was one of the faster kids in PE, as I liked doing like active stuff like running, riding my bike, or playing basketball. At home, all I wanted to do was play video games. Man, I was addicted to that. Talking Runescape, Maple Story, Pokemon, League of Legends, whatever the trendy game of the time was, I was on it. And all of this caused a lot of conflict between me and my parents, which is something I'll get into later. So what was the result of me growing up like this? Well, first and foremost, I was very naive. It's funny because one time in grade school, I had this project where I had to find words using the letters of my name to describe my personality. For one of the ends, I just pulled out the dictionary, just looked through it, found the word naive, and I just went and rolled with it. But that's how I really was, right? I was living in like my own little bubble, and I was too smart for my own good. And I thought that when it came time to apply myself to things such as like dating, college applications, and then like the college classes, I thought, you know what, it'll be a piece of cake. I can handle it when it comes. Boy, how wrong I was. It's like thinking you know how to fight just because you can throw a few punches, and then the first guy you end up fighting is like Mike Tyson. Second of all, I was really close-minded. Like my video game addiction was that bad. I didn't see the point of like spending my time like outside or anywhere else aside from raging on Summoner's Rift. I had very basic style. I was rocking like Nike t-shirts and basketball shorts. I was not very socially calibrated, and I didn't feel the need to improve until I had to actually like apply myself. And lastly, I was internally angry a lot. Like I didn't like getting bothered over mundane. Like, you know, like when your mom comes in when you're playing an online game and you tell her you can't stop it. Yeah, I went through that a lot. And I just hated a lot of stuff back then. Like I was on that like 24/7 hatery, but I couldn't like show that out in public, you know. But yeah, anyways, here are my cardinal sins as a lad. I was scrawny, addicted to video games, naive, didn't have any style, quirky, no dating experience, closed-minded, and internally angry. So when it comes to personal self-improvement, specifically in the male space, I'd say there are 4 aspects that you need to touch upon to become a balanced individual. I made an acronym for this. FACE. Let me go over each one. Let me tell you why they're important. And let me go over how each aspect improved myself as a person. So the first aspect is fitness. So fitness is first because it has the lowest barrier of entry. It doesn't have much volatility when you compare effort with results. And it has the most impact on your physical appearance. More importantly, it's the first thing that people notice during your first impression. The list of benefits include having more muscle mass, having more defined bodily features, having more physical strength and ability, and improved health. If you look at stick me versus me now, the first thing you'd say is, oh, he got buff. But there's definitely a lot of other benefits that come from fitness that aren't physical. These other benefits include improved self-confidence, visually perceived dominance, visual demonstration of self-care, and a developed habit that continues to improve you for the rest of your life. The second aspect is aesthetic. This includes developing your own personal sense of style that comes off as attractive to other people. This includes improving your hygiene, learning how to groom, developing your fashion sense, and how to present yourself in the best way possible. Developing your aesthetic is important because it shows that you're a socially calibrated person. It shows that you know how to present yourself appropriately in different social scenarios. Like, I hate to say it, but people will judge you based on how you look. You could be a genius with 200 IQ, but if you're walking around 30-degree weather in a beach outfit and you smell like you haven't showered in weeks, people are going to think you're stupid. You'll also learn how to present yourself in the most attractive light possible. And of course, maintaining cleanliness with your body parts is just a good habit in general and keeps you from getting them rotten or making them messy. If you don't want people to think you're a bum, then don't go let yourself go and end up looking like one. The third aspect is calibration. This is important because we want to make sure our efforts benefit us in social situations. This includes learning how to properly communicate with people, and also just like adjusting our appearance so we appear in a positive light. If you don't know how to communicate well with others, then it doesn't matter how good you look. Your appearance opens up a lot of social opportunities, but it's your ability to communicate that either closes them or opens up a lot more. Plus, you're actually not trying to be a weirdo when you go out and talk to people, right? And the last aspect is enlightenment. I wanted to say mindset here, but it wouldn't fit in with my acronym. This is about developing your own personal principles and understanding of the world so that you can present yourself as someone with a purpose who is properly and socially adjusted to today's world. It's about discovering your truths in life. You want to find what drives you so that you can continue to utilize it. You want to find things to stand for. You want to be able to tell yourself that you have purpose and that there's good reasons behind your actions. So over time, I'm going to slowly cover each of these aspects from my point of view. I'm going to be as comprehensive as possible while also being very pragmatic. There's quite a lot that I want to go over, so I should be here for quite a while. So if you want to follow me as I talk about how I went from Lad to Chan, then like the video, comment for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell if you want to be notified as I roll them out. That's it for this video. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.